Hello everyone, myself Osheen Agnani, your host for the very first podcast with the club Fluentvoices. I'm the promotion head at the club Fluentvoices. I'm pursuing my bachelor's degree in business administration from Mittal School of Business, lovely professional university. We'll be having our eminent guest shortly with us. The guest for today is our resource person, Mr. Sapan Anand, and the president of the club, Mr. Ammar Khan. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to the first official podcast of the club Fluentvoices. We have with us the resource person, Mr. Sapan Anand. Hello sir.
Hello.
We have with us the president of the club, Mr. Ammar.
Hi.
We are going to have some interesting questions with them, so I request you all to stay tuned for the further podcast. Sir, the first question for you. Can you please introduce yourself and a bit about your journey in this field?
Right. So my name is Sapan Anand and I hail from one of the cleanest cities in Punjab, that is Kapurthala. So recently I've been moved to Ludhiana, and talking about my education, I have done my BTech in biotechnology, and after that I had 1.5 year of experience in HR and like edutech industry. After that I did my MBA from LPO itself, and I did my MBA in hospital and healthcare management along with human resource management. And after that I got opportunity in ample of companies. I have worked in Amazon, I have worked in Hitik, along with that I worked in Ambuja sales, and along with that I had opportunity to work with an IT company, Promatics Technologies, in which I learned more about human resource management. So I found that there is a need of a lot of communication in students these days, as I am working now as an assistant professor in lovely professional university. So I thought that yes, why not to start with communication training and development. So that was all about my journey so far.
That's great to know sir. We have all seen you doing such great events and everything for the club as well as Mittal School of Business. Thank you so much sir. Same question to you, Ammar.
Okay, well that's really, first of all, that's really glad to be a part of this interview. And my name is Ammar Khan, and currently I'm the president at Fluentvoices LPU. So if I talk about my journey, well, I have done my schooling from Rampur DMA, and now I'm pursuing my BPA in IT. Now I'm in third year last semester, and apart from this, well, I have expertise in the several companies like the tbu.com, and I also have done my internship online in Google. So and apart from this, well, I have much interest in organizing the event and train my my juniors also. So if I talk about my journey in this club, I was very first member of this club. Onita sir has hired me, and in the social media at that time I was just a member of this club. I was not even a manager. But now, from the sake of God and from my, from my struggle, now I am sitting here as a president. Thank you, Osheen.
That's great to know from the president itself, and congratulations for your internship, Ammar.
Thank you.
Second question to you, sir.
Right.
What are some of the challenges that you have faced in this field, and how do you overcome them when they come so frequently?
Okay, so there are a lot of challenges which I faced. Okay, so as we already know that life is full of challenges. It's a journey with ups and downs. It was a roller coaster journey, but with a seat belt, of course, right? So the first challenge that came is like students were not readily, accepting that yes, we have to go for, to stage and speak. And it was not an easy task to start a club like the Fluentvoices. And first of all, when I approached Ammar, okay, we are starting with the club. The name of the club will be the Fluentvoices. So I would like you to be the first member of the club. So Ammar was very excited that wow, this is a new thing. That's okay. Let's start with the club. Okay. So I told him about the club culture. I made him meet with Guneet Paul sir and the management of CPE. So the first challenge that people were resisting, like they were coming to the club, they were going because they were not finding enough time to manage along with the timetable. Plus they were not readily coming for events. So that was another challenge. So overcoming that is, first step is to make sure that they will have a changed personality after this. So to encourage them, to motivate them, and slowly to have conducted, we started with meetings, small meetings. We started with gatherings. We found a room and we then started with the presentation. I gave the students an opportunity to come and guide us, give your introduction, and with small steps like giving them a designation like a president or a vice president or a general secretary. So they felt like yes, I am something. Okay, so when they have this self-esteem that yes, I'm a president of the club or I'm handling the social media of the club, so it gives a responsibility to that person that it is not, I'm not only a student now, I'm a part of a dynamic community, eloquent community, an organization which likes to grow, and I can inspire and be a leader to others.
Yeah, absolutely correct, sir. We have all seen your struggle, how you have made the club reach so high levels. I again congratulate for you, sir,
Thank
for
you so
that.
much.
Third question to you, Ammar. Many a times it happens that people do not tend to work or people have lack of motivation in them. How do you motivate your club members to work so hard?
Well, Osheen, it's a kind of a basic problem in our club. Whenever any student, when it comes in our club, only start and they could very good, but after the event, they just fall like negatively. Okay, well, if I talk about myself, but how I motivate the student, especially my student and my team, well, I just motivate them that if you are in club, it means that you are growing your skills, you are boost up your confidence. Okay, if you are continuously doing this, your confidence will boost up, your skill will be boost up. If you didn't do so, you will be go negatively down more. Okay, well, by this they ultimately get their confidence, their skill also, and they continuously do their work. And apart from this, I also, after every event, I provide them a certificate so that they also feel more motivate. Okay, so that's the only I do for more, and that's it. Well,
Providing certificates is a very good way of
Yes,
engagement and encouragement as well. Many clubs don't do that, and I'm glad that Fluent Voices is doing
Yes.
it. Next question to you, sir. Can you please share some of the success stories or the milestones that the club has achieved so far?
Okay, so talking about milestones or achievements of the club, well, the stage that we have reached, I never thought it in the dream also. That we started with a very small group of people, like 8 to 9 people, and that too were very volatile. I still remember we have our first member of Faleshwar, Ammar, Sahil Khan was there, and there were some members of CSC block, as I have started this club in 36 block when I was there. I think it was about in 30th of September 2023 was the foundation day of the club, and it was very challenging to give a role to a student. And once they started with the role, our first event, it was a mega event, it was a success, and it was Battle of Ideas 1.0, and we created a number of students were coming for a debate competition, and the students, the way they were managing things, it was very formal, and it was the first time I was seeing that the student is anchoring itself, the students are there, volunteers are maintaining discipline, and it was first time for me as well to run a club. And again, so it gave us a direction that what were the do's and don'ts of a club, or how to run a club. So that was something that our HODs, our heads, they guided us a lot. So I'm very thankful to CPE, who gave us the opportunity first of all. And after that we did not stop. So then sky was the limit. We kept from next event till next event. Then we have spotlight stories, we had a business pitch idea competition, and then we have brain wars, then so many competitions we had. And now we also started with this podcast channel. So I think that we overall as a club, we have from 8 to 10 members. Now we are a family of 60 plus members, and now our headquarters have shifted to 14 block, which is Mithal School of Business. And I think that with our social media team, with our content writing team, with our event management team, we have surpassed number of clubs which were struggling to exist. Even somehow some of also have given up, and now we have reached to number 2. And I think that's again a milestone, and it's all because of hard work of my team members and their dedication, motivation, and their internal resilience that makes them move forward.
The success feels to know personal, sir, from the resource person itself.
Right.
Next question to you, Ammar. What inspired you to join this club, or what inspired you to take up this role and initiative?
When sir told me about this club, I was like, okay, let's do something, let's become something, because in a university, in the morning we wake up, we just attend a class and come back to our room. Okay, nothing else, anything. Okay, when sir told me about this club, I was like, okay, it's time to become something, it's time to shine. Okay, so without any further delays, without anything, I just joined this club. Okay, and after joining this club, I get the position, and when I get this position, I was like, yes, now I am something, now I have to do something, and now I have the goal. Okay, so that's inspired me very much this day.
So it's all about like vibes attract tribes.
Yeah, vibes attract vibes. Exactly.
Next question to you, sir. Sir, you have so much of experience, as you told us earlier that you have worked with so many companies, you have done your MBA from such a great college. So what advice would you like to give today's youth for following the same path, or somebody who is interested in this?
All right. So the advice which I would like to give to the youngsters, to the Gen Z over here is, first of all, identify that you are, you have great potential. So don't let that potential die within you. Okay. So I would see that whenever you get an opportunity, just grab it. If you're not able to get an opportunity, create an opportunity for others. Like we created opportunities for people who can get a stage and express their ideas. Next thing, deep dive into your subject knowledge. Your subject knowledge matters a lot. So no matter what is your CGPA right away, but if you stop hardworking, if you stop sharpening your skills, ultimately your X will not work, and it will not cut the trees over here. Okay, because if we stop sharpening our X, if we stop sharpening our skills, ultimately the brain will get rust. Okay, so we already know that rest is rust, as said by Jawaharlal Nehru, and as said by Mahatma Gandhi also, be the change that you wish to see in the world. So I would like to say that we all have our fluent voices. Our voices are fluent. We let that voice flow, let that boldness come out of your comfort zone, and make sure that that voice reaches to the right person at the right time, and just be yourself.
I would also add up something like, in this world, the God sent us with some special ability, but it's our responsibility to find what our special ability in us. Okay, so my message to the youth is just find yourself. Okay, whenever we see in a mirror, we just find a negativity inside.
Right.
Yeah, how I am, why I am like this, but we don't see positive in ourselves. So I would like to say that please find some positivity in yourself.
Right. So even one thing I would like to conclude by this thing, like for whenever you go, just keep these three things ready with you. One is punctuality, sincerity, and regularity. Okay, so these three T's will help you out, because I had these three qualities when I was, since I joined corporates, or since I was working for any internship or any project. So my mentor told me that, Sapan, never lose these three qualities: punctuality, regularity, and sincerity. So if you are punctual, if you are regular, if you are sincere towards your job, so you will never find failures. Even if you find failures, you will be able to overcome and come out of that time when you will feel low. Everybody feels low. Sometimes they feel depressed also. But sometimes I read also good books. I read my own notes that I write to myself. I write a diary or a journal when I was about to sleep. Okay, when I do finish my day, I write what did I learn. Okay, how do I feel. Okay, so what do I commit to improve. So I write on my diary, and I read the previous day's diary also, so that I can see that how much I have changed over the period of time. So it's a good thing that we can have in us.
That's great to know from you, sir, and that's a great advice for the people watching this podcast as well. Next question to you, Ammar. Many people, your juniors as well as, are aspiring to work on the same path as you are doing. Your piece of advice to that juniors and people who are aspiring.
Okay, you are asking that many of my juniors want to work in my position.
Not on your position, just like the way you are doing it for club. What advice would you give to them?
Okay. Well, my advice is that first thing, if you are in this club and if you want to work as me, like I am doing this club, the first thing I would like to say is, like the sir said, punctuality. And the second thing is that you should be very careful towards your goal, and you should know what your next step is. Okay, and you should be planned before what you have to do in the future.
Correct.
Yeah, that is the only thing I would like to say, because it's a main basic thing if you really want to come up with my with my position.
Even if you have to go to a market or you have to cover a short distance, it cannot be done without planning.
Exactly.
You have to know that whether I have to go through a cycle or a bike, or when I have to take a key.
We have to just think before what we have to do in the future.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are done with the questions. I have a rapid fire round for both of you. So let's begin with you first.
Right.
What's the best piece of advice you have ever received?
Okay, so best piece of advice that I received was to start managing things, because I was very cluttered before. So I got advice to declutter things, because sometimes less is more. Okay, sometimes the less you say, the more impact it will have. Okay, so speak with wisdom, don't speak uselessly. That's also a good thing. You tend to speak endlessly, but speak with wisdom is again a good thing.
If you did have unlimited resources, what was the first thing you'll do for this club?
Oh, if I had unlimited resources, well, the very first thing that I will do for the club is I'll start with a cafe. Okay, I will have our own, cyber space or club space. I will start with some kind of a coffee shop where people can come, they can work. It should be available all the time, 24/7. Club members can come there. They will have a small library over there. Okay, you can have endless, lunch, dinner, breakfast. You can come and have meetings. You can brainstorm ideas, and there will be a leaderboard and a scribble pad. Stationary things are there, and you can make your own studio over there. And so I would like to have a permanent office for the club.
If you could have dinner with one historical figure, who would it be?
Yeah, that's a good question. There are a lot many, but if I talk about one historical figure that I would like to have dinner with, so surely it would be Mr. Chanakya. Okay, because I would like to discuss a lot of strategies with him, because there are always ups and downs, but Chanakya was one person who was quite intelligent, and we still refer him for strategies. And for business strategies, marketing strategies, we still have one book of Corporate Chanakya. Okay, and I would like to have dinner with that great mind.
One book that you would suggest to our viewers that you have read would be a good piece of advice for them.
Okay, so one book that I would prefer is that you should start with You Can Win by Shiv Kheda, and it is one of the wonderful books that I have read. I read it when I was as a child in class 6 or 7, so I still remember that the language was quite simple. The stories that were there in the book, I could easily grab them, relate them with real life, and I still had that book with me. Just now coming to the podcast, I carried that book with me, and the author, Mr. Shiv Kheda, is a great motivational speaker, and I still follow him.
One quality that every speaker or communicator should have?
Confidence, definitely, and optimistic nature. If you are confident, if you are optimistic, if you know that yes, what are my roles and responsibilities towards the society and towards myself, definitely that speaker will come out of his comfort zone and believe in himself. So be the fluent voice.
That was all for the podcast, sir. Thank you so much. I would like to have a rapid fire question round with you as well, Ammar. Okay, so Ammar, I have a rapid fire question round for you as well. Morning person or night owl?
Both.
Okay, one movie you would like to suggest our audience?
Well, not one, but 3 movies. Firstly is 3 Idiots, and A Pursuit of Happiness, and The Life of Pi.
Okay. What is the biggest misconception that people have regarding your president post?
The biggest misconception is that firstly, I am the president. Secondly, I give only orders, maybe, and I'm just ruling a kind of a castle. Maybe they think, I think that they think like this. Okay.
Okay.
But I would love if they don't think so.
Okay. Okay, Ammar. What is the best compliment somebody has ever given you, and who has given it to you?
Firstly, the best compliment that I've ever received is I have the ability to turn ideas into reality. And this compliment, well, everybody have given me, my friends and my parents and my relatives. That's it.
A funny story that you have to tell our audience today.
Well, when I was a child, I used to, first I watched Spider-Man movie. Okay, then I used to search for the spiders, so they can, bite me and I could become the Spider-Man.
That was actually a dream of many kids, but that couldn't happen actually.
Exactly.
Do you enjoy working here as a president?
Yeah, obviously.
Honest answers only.
Obviously.
Okay, moving towards the end of the podcast, what is that one thing you'd like to tell our audience today?
Well, I would like, to tell that just believe in yourself, focus on your goal, and you should be very, careful about yourself, that what you have to do, when you have to do, and how you have to do.
Okay, Ammar, thank you so much. We had a great time with you.
Welcome, Osheen.